Cindy James was a 40-year-old woman who inspired trust. An educated nurse, calm and composed. She lived alone in a modest home in Richmond, British Columbia. She was close to her family, loved animals, and worked with troubled youth. No one would have guessed she would become the center of one of Canada's most disturbing and mysterious stories. It all began quietly. Phone calls. At first, just silence. She picked up the receiver. No voice, no noise, just presence. Heavy, watch in silence. Then the words came, one or two, whispered. Whore, you'll die. A few days later, she found a note on her doorstep, sloppily handwritten on crumpled paper. You'll pay. Beneath it, a lock of her own hair. Cindy changed her locks, got a new phone number. But someone was still getting in. One day she came home from work to find her bedroom pillows slashed open, feathers covering the floor like snow. No signs of forced entry. Windows closed. Doors locked. "Are you sure you didn't do this yourself?" asked the officer. Her dog began barking at night, always around 2 or 3 in the morning. He'd stand at the door growling into the darkness. One night, Cindy looked out the window and saw a silhouette. A figure standing motionless across the street, under a street lamp, in the rain. When she looked again, it was gone. The next morning, she found her cat, dead, hanged by the neck beneath her kitchen window. Its belly had been cut open. In the grass beneath it, a long black hair, not hers. Cindy began keeping a journal. Every call, every sound, every time she felt someone following her home. One entry read, "He saw me. I know it. I didn't see him, but I felt him, like someone behind you, staring." One night, she opened her bedroom door, and on the wall across the room was a knife, stabbed into the plaster. Pinned to it a note. "Don't say a word, or you won't have one left." The police came. They found nothing but the knife. No prints, no intruder. They started to doubt her. No witnesses, no footprints, no cameras. Just fear. But Cindy knew it wasn't in her head. Someone knew everything about her. Where she went. Who she spoke to. When she was alone. And more importantly, that no one believed her. She moved. Changed locks again. Changed her name. But the phone rang once more. A whisper. "I'll find you." In February 1983, her friends found her unconscious behind her house. In the bushes, rope marks on her neck, a knife clenched in her hand, a note in her pocket, one she didn't write. She remembered little, just that someone had entered her home. Then, blackness. She was taken to the hospital. Her friends were horrified, but police still skeptical. How did she tie herself up? Why didn't anyone hear anything? Her case file grew. Photos of vandalism, handwritten threats, recorded calls, but no hard evidence, no suspect. Someone said, maybe she's making it up for attention. But who would endure 7 years of terror just for attention? Cindy began seeing a psychiatrist. Dr. Alan Connolly described her condition as extreme trauma, but no signs of deception. She wasn't lying. She was terrified and alone. The attacks escalated. One night, returning from work, she felt someone behind her. When she turned, no one there. She unlocked the door, stepped inside, and all the lights went out. She froze. And then, footsteps on the stairs. She ran outside. A neighbor found her, barefoot, bleeding from her hand, shaking. The police searched. Again, nothing. She hired a private investigator, Ozzy Caban. He stayed with her for several weeks, and during that time, the attacks stopped. But the moment he left, it all began again. One night, she woke to the feeling of someone breathing next to her. The air smelled like cigarette smoke. Cindy didn't smoke. In 1985, they found her again, tied up, with a nylon stocking wrapped tightly around her neck. She was found near her car, beaten, bloody, but alive. She had a fractured skull, 6 shallow stab wounds, and partial amnesia. On the inside of her car door, written in red marker, "Shut up or die." And still, no evidence of anyone else being there. Her loved ones begged her to run, to disappear, but Cindy refused. She said, "If I run, it'll be worse." Sometimes she seemed calm. Other times, like someone who hadn't slept in weeks, eyes wide, constantly listening. One day, she told a coworker, "I know who's doing this, but I can't say. They might kill you too." And then, she vanished. Friday, May 25th, 1989. She didn't show up to her scheduled therapy appointment. That evening, her sister called. No answer. The house was empty. Her car was in the driveway, unlocked. Inside, an untouched gift. Groceries, tomatoes, oranges, juice. A bloodstain on the passenger seat underneath the car, a torn zipper, but no sign of Cindy. Search parties combed the woods, roads, warehouses. Nothing. Days passed. Silence. On June 9th, 1989, 9 days after she disappeared, her body was found. She lay in tall grass behind an abandoned building. Her hands were tied behind her back, her legs bound, socks stuffed in her mouth, her body decomposing. Around her neck, another nylon stocking. The toxicology report stated, a fatal dose of morphine and other sedatives. A quantity that would kill an average person within minutes. But Cindy, bound and motionless, must have died slowly. The police were stunned. How could she inject herself with a deadly dose, then bind her legs, her hands behind her back, gag herself, and crawl behind the building? There were no signs of a struggle, no DNA, no fingerprints, nothing. The coroner was at a loss. Murder, suicide, staged accident. After months of investigation, the official cause of death was recorded as unknown. Her family believed she was murdered. Her friends were certain she didn't kill herself. The police said nothing, but something remains. Recordings, threats, memories, and fear. One of the officers who worked her case later said, either Cindy James was the most brilliant manipulator in Canadian history, or she was murdered by someone so careful the world will never catch them. And in the silence, she left behind. Someone may still be listening, just like then, on the phone, in the dark. This case still leaves one question echoing in the dark. Was Cindy James truly a victim, chased, tormented, silenced? Or was something else going on? Something no one was willing to face. Was it a stalker, hiding in the shadows for years? Or a mind unraveling under the weight of fear and isolation? Some believe her, others never did. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. And if this story unsettled you, you're not alone. That's all for tonight. Stay safe. I'll see you next week.